Meaning, characteristics and nature of management. Meaning. Giving precise definition of management is not so simple because the term management is used in a variety of ways. Being a new discipline, it has drawn concepts and principles from a number of disciplines such as sociology, economics, psychology, statistics, anthropology, and so on. The contributors from each of these groups have viewed management differently. For example, economists have treated management as a factor of production, sociologists treated it as a group of persons. Hence, taking all these viewpoints, it becomes difficult to define management in a comprehensive way, and no definition of management has been universally accepted. Many definitions were given by various contributors. One popular definition is given by Mary Parker Follett. According to Follett, management is the art of getting things done through people. This definition clearly distinguishes between manager and other personnel of the organization. The manager is a person who contributes to the organization's goal indirectly by directing the efforts of others, not by performing the task by him. The person who is not a manager makes his contribution to the organization's goal directly by performing the tasks by himself. Sometimes the person may play both roles simultaneously. For example, the sales. Chapter 1. Management. 2/Management and Entrepreneurship. Manager plays managerial role by directing the sales force to meet the organization's goal and plays non-managerial role by contacting an important customer and negotiating deal with him. The principal of an institution plays a role of manager by directing the heads of the departments and plays non-managerial role by teaching the subject. There are two weaknesses of this definition. The first weakness is that the definition states that management is an art. Art deals with application of knowledge, but management is not merely application of knowledge. It also involves acquisition of knowledge, i.e., science. Managing using intuition or thumb rule is not correct management. The second weakness of this definition is that it does not explain the various functions of management. The better definition is given by George R. Terry, who defines management as a process consisting of planning, organizing, actuating and controlling performed to determine and accomplish the objectives by the use of people and resources. According to him, management is a process, a systematic way of doing things using for managerial functions, namely planning, organizing, actuating and controlling. Planning means thinking of the manager's action in advance. The actions of the managers are based on logic, plan, or some method rather than hunch. Organizing means coordinating machines, materials, and human resources of the organization. Actuating means motivating, directing the subordinates. Controlling means that manager must ensure that there is no deviations from plans. This definition also indicates that managers use people, materials and other resources to accomplish the organization's objectives. The objectives may vary with each organization. For example, the objective of a technical or management institute might be to provide quality education according to the needs of the industry. The objective of a hospital might be to provide medical care to the community at reasonable price. Whatever may be the objectives of the organization, management is a process by which the objectives are achieved. From the viewpoint of economics, sociology, psychology, statistics and anthropology, management has different meanings. There are 4 views of management. 1. Management is a process. 2. Management is a discipline. 3. Management is a human activity. 4. Management is a career. Management is a process. A process is defined as systematic method of handling activities. Often we hear the statements that company is well managed or the company is mismanaged. These statements imply that management is some type of work or set of activities. These activities sometimes performed quite well and sometimes not so well. These statements imply that management is a process involving certain functions and activities that managers perform. Management/3. Management is a discipline. Discipline refers to the field of study having well defined concepts and principles. Classifying management as discipline implies that it is an accumulated body of knowledge that can be learned. Thus, management is a subject with principles and concepts. The purpose of studying management is to learn how to apply these principles and concepts at right circumstances at the right time to produce desired result. Management is a human activity. If you say that the restaurant has an entirely new management or he is the best manager I have worked for, you are referring to the people who guide, direct and thus manage organizations. The word management used here refers to the people who engage in the process of management. Managers are responsible for seeing that work gets done in organization. Management is a career. Today management is developed as a career focused on specialization. Marketing management, finance management, personal management, industrial management, production management, quality management are some of the specializations in management. Specialists are appointed at various positions of the organizational hierarchy. Hence, management is career. According to Ralph C. Davies, management is the executive leadership anywhere. According to William Spriegel, management is that function of an enterprise which concerns itself with the direction and control of various activities to attain business activities. Rossmore states management means decision-making. According to Donald J. Clough, management is the art and science of decision-making and leadership. Joseph L. Massey defines as management is the process by which a cooperative group directs actions towards common goals. According to F. W. Taylor, management is the art of knowing what you want to do and then seeing that it is done in the best and cheapest way. John F. Mee states management is the art of securing maximum results with minimum efforts so as to secure maximum prosperity for employer and employee and give the public the best possible service. According to Coates and O'Donnell, management is the direction and maintenance of an internal environment in an enterprise where individuals working in groups can perform efficiently and effectively towards the attainment of group goals. It is the art of getting the work done through and with people in formally organized groups. Learning Activity 1.1 List of managerial and non-managerial activities of your principal and head of the department. Management and entrepreneurship. 1.2 Characteristics of management. The critical analysis of the above definitions. The following characteristics of management evolve. 1. Management is a continuous process. The process of management consists of planning, organizing, directing and controlling the resources to ensure that resources are used to the best advantages of the organization. A single function alone cannot produce the desired results. Management involves continuous planning, organizing, directing and controlling. 2. Management is an art as well as science. Management is an art in the sense of possessing managing skill by a person. Management is science because certain principles, laws are developed which are applicable in place where group activities are coordinated. This will be discussed in detail later in this chapter. 3. Management aims at achieving predetermined objectives. All organizations have objectives that are laid down. Every managerial activity results in achievement of these predetermined objectives. For management is a factor of production. An enterprise produce goods or services using resources like land, labor, capital, machines, etc. These resources themselves cannot realize the organization's goals. The goals are achieved when these are effectively coordinated by the entrepreneur. In case of small enterprises, an individual can do such type of job, whereas in large enterprises the coordination job is done by management. Therefore, management is a factor of production. 5. Management is decision-making. Decision-making is selecting the best among alternative courses. Decision-making is an important function of a manager. Whatever the manager does, he does it by making decisions. The success or failure of an organization depends upon the quality of decision. The manager must make a right decision at right time. 6. Universal application. The principles and concepts of management are applicable to every type of industry. The practice of management is different from one organization to another according to their nature. 7. Management is needed at all levels. The functions of management are common to all levels of organization. The functions of planning, organizing, directing, controlling, decision-making are performed by top-level as well as lower-level supervisors. 8. Management aims at maximum profit. the resources are properly utilized to maximize profit. Maximizing the profit is the economic function of the manager. 9. Dynamic management is not static. Over a period of time, new principles, concepts and techniques are developed and adopted by management. Management is changed accordingly to the social change. 10. Management as a career. Today management is developed as a career focused on specialization. Marketing management, finance management, personal management, management/5. Industrial management, production management, quality management are some of the specializations in management. Specialists are appointed at various positions of the organizational hierarchy. Hence management is career. 11. Management is a profession. Management is a profession because it possesses the qualities of a profession. The knowledge is imported and transferred. The established principles of management are applied in practice. This is discussed in detail later in this chapter. 12. Management is a discipline. Discipline refers to the field of study having well defined concepts and principles. Classifying management as disciplines implies that it is an accumulated body of knowledge that can be learned. Thus, management is a subject with principles and concepts. The purpose of studying management is to learn how to apply these principles and concepts at right circumstances, at the right time to produce desired result. 1.3 Nature of management. The principles, concepts and techniques of management have changed over the period of time. Various contributions to the field of management have changed its nature. The nature of management can be described as follows. 1. Multidisciplinary. Management is multidisciplinary. It draws freely ideas and concepts from the disciplines like economics, sociology, psychology, statistics, operations, research, etc. Management integrates the ideas taken from various disciplines and presents newer concepts which can be put into practice. The integration of these ideas is the major contribution of management. To dynamic nature of principles, the principle is truth which establishes cause and effect relationships of a function. Principles are developed by integration of ideas from various disciplines supported by practical evidence. These principles are flexible and change with the environment in which organization works. Continuous researches are being carried on to establish new principles. Many older principles are changed by new principles. There is nothing permanent in management. 3. Relative not absolute principles. Management principles are relative and not absolute. They must be applied according to the need of the organization. Each organization is different from other. The principles of management should be applied in the light of prevailing conditions. For management, science or art, there is controversy whether management is science or art. Earlier management was regarded as art, but now it is both science and art. This aspect has been discussed in detail in this chapter. 5. Universality of management. Management is universal phenomena. Though universal, yet management principles are not universally applicable but are to be modified according to the needs of the situation.